What's up, guys? I want to talk to you about the Green Lantern movie, the with Ryan Reynolds, everybody's favorite. So, if you've been around the channel for a long time, you probably have heard me say that I like the Green Lantern movie. And if you've been around long enough, you know that Lewis thinks it's a terrible movie. But what you might not realize is that Lewis has actually never seen the movie. He has just read up on it. So, I have been reading the Geoff Johns Green Lantern series recently, as well as the Tomasi Green Lantern Corps leading up to Blackest Night. And right before Blackest Night, Geoff Johns in the Green Lantern series has The Secret Origin, part 1 through 7. And this is that series. I just finished it like last week. So it's really good. I think it updates the character. We got some really cool covers. And it just retells the Hal Jordan story. There are some retcons, obviously, but which, Lewis is probably not the biggest fan of. But I was telling him about it, what I thought about it. I went through some of the changes. He was explaining to me some of the history because I didn't know, because I'm not the encyclopedia in the relationship here. He's the encyclopedia. I'm just the casual enjoyer. Although the more I'm around him, the more we hang out, the more I'm gleaning, the history of the characters. Anyways, so he's like, "Hey, why don't we watch the Green Lantern movie?" And I was like, "Well, you don't have to ask me twice." So we watched it, and I realize now that there are some, like, having read this origin story, which is by Geoff Johns, which is what inspired the movie. There's a lot of creative choices that they made, which are very different in the movie. Some of them I can understand, some of them I can't understand. They don't reference Blackest Night at all, but it's very heavy in the movie. It's very heavy in the comics. These 7 issues. It's not heavy in the movie because they didn't even think about Blackest Night, because there's no way they were ever getting to a Blackest Night series at the time. Now, you could think, well, could do a series where you led up to a Blackest Night, but don't spoil Blackest Night for me, by the way. Anywho, so that's one change. They changed where Abin Sur lands, how he crashes. So he's being chased by Parallax in the movie. He gets attacked by Atrocitus in the comic. Just little things like that. And I think I was able to watch it with a little more critical eye, because some of the changes, like, I didn't feel like the lady who played Carol Ferris really did Carol Ferris well. I didn't mind her. I mean, I still think it's a great movie. But I do even see more criticisms because I've actually read the comics now, as opposed to when I watched the movie before. But when we finished, Lewis said, "I don't understand the hate for this movie." And he apologized for all the jokes that he made about the movie, the Green Lantern film. So I was very, very happy to hear that, because, yeah, I mean, I love the Green Lantern. I know I'm biased. I realize that nobody else likes this movie, but I don't think it's as bad as everybody says. It's got some bad points, but I'll tell you, my favorite part of the whole movie is when Hal Jordan got a shield up, and he's holding back Parallax, and he starts saying the Green Lantern oath. And Parallax keeps trying to invoke fear in his heart, but he just keeps on saying the oath. And when he finally says it at the end, he's able to push through Parallax. Not the biggest fan of how Parallax looked. I wish it would more yellow and less physical. Maybe they could have explained that differently, like that Parallax had inhabited the former Guardian, and so that's why he looks so crazy, because it's actually a Guardian being possessed by Parallax. But and I think that's what they were trying to hint at, but they just kept calling him Parallax. I also felt like Dr. Hammond didn't really feel like Dr. Hammond. Like, I feel like he's much more of a wimp in the movie, but in the books, I feel like he's more of a very like strong-willed person. He's not being beaten down by his dad. He's just a big like jerk, almost like Guy Gardner, except the evil kind. He's the evil version of Guy Gardner. I don't know. He's not quite as bad as Guy Gardner. Guy Gardner's a whole nother story. But anyways, so yeah. So Lewis said, "I'm sorry for all the hate that I've given this movie." He's like, "This is a pretty good movie. It's not the best movie ever made, but we both agreed that it's better than the Dark Knight, better than Dark Knight Rises. It's better than Justice League. It's better than Batman vs Superman. It's better than Man of Steel. I think I'd give it to Wonder Woman. That's a better movie. Maybe even Wonder Woman 78 or Wonder Woman 2. Aquaman better. Shazam's better. So it's not the best. I know that some people are going to be like, "Whoa, you said it's better than The Dark Knight." Batman Begins is a better movie. Dark Knight just isn't a good Joker, so I think that whole, in my opinion, shots fired. So that brings the movie down for me. It's a good movie. It's a really well done movie. It's not a great Batman movie. That's how I put it. It's not a good Joker movie. The Joker's supposed to be really funny. It's a good movie, not a good Joker movie. I think the Green Lantern movie, it holds up. It's not the best movie. Like, there's a lot of things they could have done better. I don't like the realism on some of the aliens, like, and the Oa is just too dark. Like, Oa is a bright place. I feel like it should really be. It's got the green light. It should be lit up. Like, it should feel a lot more like Earth. Very happy, free place where all these Guardians are. I did like seeing some of the Guardians, like Buzzed. He's one of my favorite Green Lanterns now, having read the Tomasi run. I saw Boudica. I saw Salak. However you pronounce that name. So there were a few others. I was like, "Oh, I know that guy. I know that person." But I understand. I think Ryan Reynolds did a good job as Hal Jordan too. Like, he's very cocky. He's kind of over the top. I think he did a good job. The suit is awful. The CGI, just give him a real suit. That was one of the worst parts of the movie. But if you can ignore the CGI, which I can usually, sometimes, and if you can ignore that, I think it's a pretty fun movie. And that's me. And Lewis agrees. So there we go. There's two of us. It might not be as high on his list as it is mine, but anyways. So I just want to talk about that. I thought like it differed from this book, this story, but this story is pretty good. So I recommend going out and reading these because it's a lot of fun. If you're a Green Lantern fan, it is wordy. I'll give you that. There's some fun Easter eggs in there. It is a retcon, so if you like the older stuff, you might not enjoy it as much. But I'm reading through Green Lantern and Green Lantern Corps. I'm almost to Blackest Night. I'm super excited to get there. Don't spoil it for me. But I'm loving it, man. Anyways, let me know what you think. What did you think of Green Lantern? Did you love it? Did you hate it? I might disagree with you, but I'd love to hear what you thought of it. Where you think it ranks up on the movies that I specifically listed, or any other movie. Let's have fun debating what's the better movie. Anyways, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you made it this far, give us a like. Go ahead and sub if you have, and we'll talk to you later. Peace.